Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hello Hair Pro podcast. My name is Todd.
I'm Jen.
And Jen, my wife and co-owner of our salon, Hello Hair Co., Southern New Hampshire. And now I guess co-founder of Hello Hair Pro.
Yeah, I love that.
Coming soon, which is pretty cool. Or I guess it's not coming soon. I guess it's already here.
It's arrived. With
the podcast, this is sort of, for people that don't know, our sort of first initiative with Hello Hair Pro.
Yes.
We saw some areas that we felt like we had something to say on, or we felt like we could help.
Yeah, offer some information, advice, insight from our own experiences, and take what you can from it.
So today we're going to talk about creating career opportunities.
Woo woo!
Which you get excited about.
I do.
And something you help people do is create career clienteles.
Yeah, I have since for a long time.
So I'm going to start with a question.
Yeah.
Why aren't more owners teaching people how to make money?
I'm going to say fear. I think as an owner now, but as a previous owner of a salon, I think there's always that if your stylist is too successful, they'll leave you. And then what does that look like? And honestly, it
looks like high-fiving someone because they're super successful and you help them get there.
I'm proud of every stylist that has left under my leadership that has gone on to be successful and is still in the industry. I am proud of each and every one of them. And I'm happy, truly happy for each and every one of them. And I am happy that I had played a part somewhere in their career. Like, that fulfills me.
And you're not saying you're excited people are leaving.
No. I mean, a lot of them I loved working with. I was really sad to not have them be working with me because of the camaraderie. Some of it was I loved bouncing ideas off of them, all different things. I could go on and on. Of course not. But I also think everyone has a time and a place. And when someone's ready to go, you should release them. And in a way that's very professional, mature, and wish them the best. Even offer help. I've had stylists that left even hello that have reached out. Hey, can you help me with this formula? I do. I want everybody to grow. And the industry is big enough that everybody can be successful.
There are so many hairs.
And I'm happy that, like I said, if they can stay in the industry and keep pushing forward, that's what this place is all about, or the industry should be about.
What's the average career of a stylist?
Pre-pandemic, I think the statistics were around 3 years. And at that point, I think
that
70% of people drop off.
Wow.
So I'm scared for sure where people are coming out of mostly Zoom learning. I call them the pandemic babies of the hair industry. I think they're just going to need a lot of nurturing.
Which includes myself, by the way, for people that don't know.
Yeah. So anybody that will stay in it and keep going, that just helps the industry and helps the statistic go up. And that means finding people that will support you and help you get there and give those opportunities to make more money and be financially stable.
So I think it's important for people to know if you want to get ahead or you want to accumulate any sort of wealth or make any sort of gain, where you're not sort of paycheck to paycheck. You need a chair that has more than one leg.
Yes.
A chair with one leg doesn't balance very well.
You fall flat on your face.
And I want to say the cheesy sort of statistic that most millionaires have 7 streams of income or something like that.
So when you say the leg, you're talking about streams of income. You're talking about of branching out and having more than just what you're doing behind the chair, what you're doing there. You're having other sources of that. Just wanted to clarify.
Yes. So because
I was thinking of a chair with a leg and I was confused.
Okay.
Not really, but you know what I mean. Somebody might have been.
I'm sure. So I think it's difficult for people to get far ahead unless you're just in the perfect storm. If you're just cutting hair behind a chair, I think it's going to be hard to get to where you need to get to before you break down or something else happens that takes you out. So for example, if you only make money if you're actively behind a chair, cutting hair, coloring hair, styling hair, and you live in New England like we do, and you slip and fall and break your ass, and now you can't work for a few months,
What do you do?
what do you do? So that's why we wanted to talk about this topic.
Yeah, because if you have other things lined up, that's not going to devastate.
You might be okay.
Yeah, your household.
So, and I think people got creative over the pandemic, but I think people were looking at the quick fix.
Mm-hmm.
They were looking at things that I totally disagree with, like selling gift cards, that's stupid.
Well, it's a liability on your business.
It is a liability
if you're doing
on your
it the right
business.
way and the way it's supposed to be done.
Right.
Legal way. How about that?
So fear is what most owners are experiencing, and that's why they're not helping.
Not to the fullest potential,
team.
I would imagine.
Right.
That's my opinion.
No, I'd agree with that. Yeah. I think for sure fear.
We've had conversations with staff, and for the most part, I know what a lot of their long-term goals are. I think even for some of them, I think I might even have long-term goals for them that I see will be their long-term goals when they figure it out. But that I'll say to them, we're here at point A. We need to get through a few more things. And if we're next conversation, you want to be doing something else out on your own, or you want to do this, let's talk about that. So that then when you go and you do that, or you make that change, or you take that risk, it's a calculated one that has all the successes that you can have. And it has all the conversations of what did and did not work when Todd and I were doing things, or when I personally was doing things, and let me help you.
I think that's great. I think that oftentimes people are quick to burn bridges.
Yeah.
In any industry,
Mm-hmm.
but I've seen it a lot in this one. Somebody leaves your business and all of a sudden they feel like they have to say something negative about you because that's the only way that they can look good.
They feel like that's how they'll get support, right?
Okay, sure.
When in reality,
when everyone can win.
I had a client just come in the other day with someone that had left the salon and was like, was it on good terms? Actually, I've had that happen twice. One was a random client that came in and was like, did she leave on good terms? This one guy I've only known for a little bit. And on both occasions, honestly, whether it was good terms or not, yes, I wish them all the best. And actually all of them have been, but I'm like, yes,
I was just going to jump in and say our philosophy is that people should do what they want. We don't own anybody, just like we don't own clients.
And what you see
So
for
if
your
people wanna
future,
leave-
even if I don't see it for you, I still wish you the best.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that's that hard to.
And so the good terms always come because I have a positive mindset. I look to positive side, and
and it opens us up to what's next.
yeah,
Everyone
like
has
who's next
their,
coming in our door? Who's
right.
that one person that leaves? There's an opportunity there on both ends, and so for us,
That's
it's
not always
focused
easy
on
for people to see.
like who next comes into our business and what can we do with them, and that's exciting.
I think it's important for people to pause when things happen.
Absolutely.
And instead of allowing yourself to be reactive,
Mm-hmm.
to honestly be grateful and
Yeah.
appreciate that opportunity, because now you have an opportunity. First of all, how are you going to react?
Mm-hmm.
Because that says a lot about you as a person and as a business owner. But second is, after that initial reactivity sort of wears off or subsides, now what?
Yeah. What's
Now
the
where
plan?
can we go?
Right.
Now who does that open us up to bring in? Or
Yes.
what opportunities can we create? Or
Because of that.
what did we learn?
Yeah.
It could be as simple as, what did we learn?
For sure. What would we do different? What would we do better?
I'm sure we've made mistakes.
We're human beings.
I don't have any off the top of my head, but I don't have any sort of direction I wanted to go with this, but it could be as simple as like you learned from a mistake. You made a mistake, you learned from it.
Absolutely.
So what are some steps that people can take? Let's start with owners.
Mm-hmm.
What can an owner do to help create a career opportunity for a stylist or a barber?
So from my own personal experience, I think it comes down to pricing. Like I look back in my career early on, and I never had an owner that pushed me or pushed the salon to raise their prices. I remember clearly taking a class in New York City, which I love taking classes there. But anyway, taking a class there, and we learned these amazing haircuts. And I was like, I want to do those haircuts, but I would need 45 minutes. And I'm a 30-minute cutter at the time. Not anymore, but at the time. And I was with my owners taking these same classes. And the conversation never went to, well, now you should do your haircuts at 45 minutes so you can do these amazing haircuts. And let's look at raising your prices since it's going to take longer.
To reflect that time.
Yeah, it was just, guess we're not doing these haircuts. So then why did we go to New York City to learn these haircuts? Like I was young, so I didn't have the foresight to be like, hey guys, raise our prices. Take longer time. What's the big deal? But at that time, I had been coached on 15-minute increments and 30-minute. There was no more than that. So that's
a
how I
fault
looked
of
at
the
it.
pricing structure
For sure.
of most salons. That's
No
a
good
fault
haircut can come out of 30 minutes. I'm sorry. It's just not possible.
Not with the finish.
Not with the whole experience and being clean and all of that. But so I had never been coached like any of that. So my prices stayed the same for like 10, 15 years. Like not
Ouch.
a budge. There's two fronts there. Like if you're working for a commission salon and you get a raise, the salon gets a raise. That's a win-win. If you work for yourself, you get a raise, and then hopefully it allows you to do other things with that money, like education and that kind of stuff. Or maybe you bring in different products that you've wanted to. But
Buy
in the
some
world,
Louis Vuitton bags.
or you do that.
I don't know. I have some Prada glasses.
Crickets. No. The Louis Vuitton bag was kind of an insider joke. I just had a flashback. Not for myself.
I'm glad you got it.
Yeah, that was great. But nothing in the industry stays the same. Everything goes up. And with that, like as your talent goes up, your experience goes up, things you want to do that maybe do take you longer, all of that needs to be reflected. And if it's not, then I was just coached at that time, not even coached, but it's just take more people. And the more people you get in, the more money you're going to make. And that's exhausting. And at one point, my body broke down and that did not work for me anymore.
I think that's what a lot of people are taught. And that goes back to, I think we talked about it on the last podcast or two ago. I don't remember, but that race to the bottom.
Yeah. If
you want to service 1 million people, your price point is so low and your volume is so high. That's a direction that might work for some people, but for most people, that's not going to be sustainable. It's not going to work. And it's not going to be enjoyable to someone like myself. I don't want to work. I don't want to have 1 million meetings a day.
Yeah.
1 million clients a day. I don't want to be so busy that I don't have time to take a sip of water or go to the bathroom.
Right. That's not healthy.
Stupid.
It's dumb.
Just be blunt. So
I think you want to look for salons or if you're an independent, whatever you're doing, and don't give yourself a ceiling, right? So it's not like maybe you work at a salon and you're like, I hate ceilings. I've seen this everywhere. I see it a lot. And they're like, I can't raise my prices because no one else is higher than me in the salon I work at.
That's an independent issue, right?
I've seen that a lot.
So I'm at a salon where no one else will raise their pricing.
Right.
So I'm sort of stuck
here when just raise your prices. Or you guys, I mean, they could collectively do it together, but at some point, like, so what are you going to do? Or you're at a salon where like, well, the owner charges this, so I can't charge more of it than the owner.
Dumb.
Why not? It doesn't matter.
That's because of the owner.
Like, I don't even know why that's a thing. I would love people to charge more than me. They should. I hope at some point they all do.
I want every single person in my business to charge more than I do.
That's a great place to live. I don't understand that way of thinking and that it holds people back or down. And then at some point, again, you're capped out. You either have to work more hours or you're stuck at that revenue in that salon, but now you really, really need those extra legs on that chair to hold you up and
Can
help
you imagine having a
money.
ceiling, like just knowing? So
no.
And this is an issue across the industry because I feel that it's just the way it's always been. And that's what everyone accepts, that level system. I don't like the level system.
No, we did away with it.
I know a lot of people have that. Your pricing should be individual.
And it's confusing, honestly. Like, yeah, your pricing should reflect where you're at. What do you want to make?
What do you want to make?
And generally, like even for us, like people might want to make a certain amount and they come in right out of school and we have, where we think you should start. And really that price point is so you can grow, you can learn. And as soon as you do that and as quick as you do at that price point, you'll get a raise. And it really works out. But I'm not like you're a level 1 or you're a junior stylist or you're My last salon,
No.
I tried to get really creative, and I was like, instead of levels are so dumb, I don't want that. So I'm going to create trees. And these trees are like the young name of a tree to an old name. And I thought it was just amazing, but it was so confusing. Nobody understood it, but I really did love it.
Even seeing the pricing next to it was still confusing.
So that's why you just get rid of it. Like it's very apparent to someone coming in that somebody's at your lowest tier is generally your most least experienced, and someone at your higher priced is more experience. Like, I don't think people are not stupid. They get that.
And that goes back to consultation, which we'll go over eventually, but we've touched on it a couple times. But if somebody has a budget, you should be aware of that. And if it doesn't fit you, that's fine.
Totally. I think I was an oak tree, by the way.
Great. I was wondering. I was like, oh, the audience
Someone
is
out there is
wondering.
asking.
Yeah. You had like birch.
Yeah.
And
sapling? I think I had a sapling?
I don't know.
Okay. Sorry, I digress.
Silly. So I would recommend that salons eliminate a level system of pricing. And I know that's going to trigger people, but that's why I'm here. So, and the reason is because...
And you have different price points. You're just not attaching a level to that price point, because nobody understands level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 anyway, or whatever you name them. They don't know.
No, and everyone's using a random KPI.
What's a KPI?
To a key performance indicator.
Just kidding. I actually knew that. But someone might not. I'm trying to...
So a key performance indicator. So somebody's using that and they're like, you missed your retail mark.
Oh.
You can't have a raise.
Can you imagine?
You're at...
well, I do. That's how it is.
Well, that's how... Yeah.
Stupid.
And...
Can you imagine not getting a raise because you missed your retail? If I ever did that in my career, for anyone listening, I am so sorry. I hope I never did that to you.
You didn't do it as far as I know. But I came on late.
Yeah, it's possible. And I am an idiot if that was a thing. So
those random KPIs where you're like, oh, well, if you were 80% booked, we would give you a raise, but you were only 75% booked. You can't have a raise. Yeah, missed it. See you in
3 months.
Yeah, why am I waiting
around?
But
it is tough because you do have, it's true. It's how it's always done. And you have your rep that comes in from whatever product line you're supporting, and they're asking those same numbers, and they're like instilling it in your head. So like you
get out.
I know. I never thought any different. And then I got to a point where we are now, and I'm like, salon,
no. At your last salon, people would come and sort of collect numbers.
Yeah.
And it always I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you here? Just
it never helped me. I didn't know what they were doing with it. And even whatever numbers they then threw up on me, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. They're deciding where your business goes, that's more normal in this industry.
It is very, yeah.
So the other reason I would recommend eliminating levels is because it's all well and good when somebody comes in as a brand new stylist or barber out of school, and there's 7 levels and they're at level 0 because they're an assistant for 9 years, because you get to decide. That's a different topic. But so someone comes in and they're like, wow, I have a lot of potential for growth here. But what about that person that's at a level 6 or a level 7? If you end at level 7,
yeah,
they're capped. That's it.
I don't know.
This is the most money you can make. You're done. Hope you had a good time. Here you are. That doesn't even compute in my head. Why? Yeah. Again, why an owner would want that.
And then I feel like too, with when you have that, again, I get the price points, like whatever, but you've got these levels, and I feel like it's almost like you're just like, yeah, I'm here in this level, and I feel like I should be there. I don't know. I think that just creates I don't, maybe that culture works for some people. I just, in today's world, I don't see it being a positive thing.
Sure. I agree. So let's talk about some things people can do. What else can an owner do to empower their staff? And first of all, just to be clear, if you have a level system, I'm not knocking you, but I think that you should strongly, I think I encourage you to take a look at your ceiling.
Yeah.
And then I want you to look at people that have left your salon to go independent or to go somewhere else. And I want you to ask yourself, or if you have a relationship with that person, ask them why. Because I bet you part of it was that ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't see any more opportunity for growth, right?
That's what everyone wants, opportunity. you don't provide opportunity for me, I'm out.
So I think that would be your first thing. And I think the next part for an owner would be actively coaching. So we do coaching calls.
You do a lot of coaching.
With our staff, and we do it as a call so that this way, Todd and I don't do it.
Touch on it. Explain it.
Okay. Todd opens up a calendar and we have blocked off certain days in the month that
our availability.
Thank you. Then we empower our staff through, we use a communication system called Slack, and we empower them. Here's the link for booking for our time. It's in there, and then it's on them. Their accountability is themselves to book their call with us, and that is their time. And we do it as a call because we can do it from anywhere. So wherever Todd and I are, we can do it. If we're together, cool. If we're not, we can both get on the phone, wherever that person is. And then it's interrupted. It's not interrupted. Uninterrupted. Because in a salon, it's so easy when you're in there to even if you have an office, people still come in. I need this, I need that. Oh, someone's on the phone. And that person's never getting your time. So what we've noticed with the calls is it's truly one-on-one. It's private. And it really gives the opportunity for the person to come with, what can we do to help you? Where you're at? What do you need from us? And then what's our plan of action for that month? And it has been so successful, and it's been really fun to create these individual relationships. I'm loving it.
And because we don't have, I'm going to harp on the level system, because we don't have levels, everyone's at their own spot in their journey. And why shouldn't that be individualized?
And they all have very different needs with that, right?
Very, very different needs, different goals, different expectations. Mm-hmm. So the coaching calls have been great. I love them. I actually did an Instagram story about them today because I was all excited after our first couple of them this morning.
But that's a great way for an owner to do that. Even if you're in an independent salon, you still have someone that owns that salon, and they still could do coaching calls because maybe there's stuff that's coming up that you need to discuss, but you don't have time or they're not available for you. I always use the analogy here, if someone's breaking up and they're like, well, we broke up because he never took out the trash. The trash wasn't the real issue. It was all the stuff that led up to that one day when the trash wasn't taken out and you lost your friggin' mind. So no matter where you are, if you have somebody that you report to in a way, and independent, if it's not your own, you need to touch base with them and see how they're doing. Are you happy? Are you liking the way things are going? And if you do that and you keep that line of communication open, that relationship will just be so solid and honest and have authenticity.
And if you're not in that position, I would say get a coach.
Yeah, hire someone to help you.
Hire a business coach. Yeah. Everyone should have either a mentor or a business coach, or I don't care what you call it, but everyone should have
absolutely
somebody that sort of, I know for me, there's no lack of ideas. Mm-hmm. It's organizing them and keeping me focused on what I need to do.
And challenging those in a way that's...
Right, and challenging my reactivity.
Yeah.
And challenging myself to grow, and that's why I have
in a healthy way.
Coach.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Always in a healthy way. Yeah. So if you're not in the position where the owner of the business, commission or independent, is able to be that person for you, get a business coach.
Yeah.
Even if you're a commission employee, you can have a business coach.
Absolutely.
Because you should be
You're not
growing.
getting helped in
the whole point of this podcast. You should be growing streams of revenue.
And you need help to do that from somebody.
Agreed. So now we've sort of touched on what some ideas for salon owners. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about employees. If you're an employee or you're an independent stylist, what can you do to create some opportunities for revenue for yourself?
So I have a couple. You could educate, right? You can either partner with a brand, you can partner for product knowledge, however you want to do that. You can reach out to a distributor and find those opportunities. Yeah, find that opportunity.
Just make sure, and we covered this in one of the last podcasts, but just make sure that it fits your core values and what you're trying to do, and then the money.
Yes.
Because if you're trying to create a career opportunity for yourself,
you should be paid for that.
You need to be paid for that.
The next thing that I think, and I feel like it's kind of where things are trending or will start to trend, is using affiliate links for retail. So that would mean if you're in a commission salon and you don't like the products they're selling and you love some other brand, if they have an affiliate link, you should be able to put that right on your Instagram. And that's where you refer your clients to go look at your top products. And they buy through that and you get your commission check straight from the product or the brand. And if you can find
that exists.
That exists. And if you can find smaller companies that you align with your core values for, they pay really well. 25, 30, 35%.
Interesting. So what would be a common percent for a retail in a salon if your salon
I would
sold retail?
say 5, 8%, 10%, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe. If
So
if you hit your number and then you get a percent.
Interesting.
So you might not even always get it.
So not worth my time, to be honest.
I don't think that's why people don't sell retail. They don't care. And it's usually all on percents, and people don't generally even think in percents. So they're like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Weird. So go
but
on.
Affiliate links, I think, are a great way. I think on a commission side, like I said, you could put that on your Instagram. If your owner, I don't see a conflict there, but I mean, you'd have to take that up with your salon.
There should be no conflict if
you're
promoting
trying to make
something
money
on your personal Instagram page.
And maybe that's a brand you end up working for. So you're sort of trying to create that relationship. On an independent side, I think it's friggin' amazing because you don't have to carry any retail in where you're renting a chair. You just have your affiliate links and you send your clients there and you get your check. You don't have to take up any space. You don't have to deal with whoever owns the salon you're renting from. And now you can affiliate yourself with whatever products align with your beliefs. So I think there's like both sides of that, and make decent money while you're sleeping even, because everyone likes to shop at nighttime, I feel, or early in the morning.
True facts.
Mm-hmm.
That's how people are shopping nowadays.
Yes,
I say nowadays, that's an old term.
It's where it's going.
But
it should.
People, with the big companies like Amazon and just online shopping and making it so easy, that's where people are shopping. Because we were forced to hold up in our homes for months, we did a lot of shopping online.
Yeah.
Because it
don't want to be around people.
Was a necessity. Correct. So there's a huge opportunity there, and you could make it fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know we do some stuff with our website and creating individual links for staff, and they can have their link look like whatever, and they could have videos and a bio and whatever on there.
On that same side, as a salon owner, there are distributors who have affiliate link stores, so it looks like stuff's getting shipped from your salon, and it goes directly to your clients, and there's a drop-down menu where they can pick your staff.
That's cool.
So you can use it too, and you don't have to carry so much stock in your salon and like sit on it, and then they rebrand your stock, and now you have old stuff. Like it's the way of the future.
You're about to go on a rant.
I'll stop there, but there's opportunity there for both.
There is for sure opportunity.
And it's fun. It's like the way of the future. It's
well,
really
you're
cool.
not with the affiliate programs, you're making money. There's not a huge investment up front.
Right.
A lot of the companies understand that independent. Some of them don't. We just had this conversation yesterday with someone that said this particular brand in their country of origin, they just don't have a lot of independent stylists.
And we help them work through some problems or some insight that would help.
That might help. Sure. So what else can a stylist or a barber do? So they're cutting hair.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
they've got an affiliate link.
Other things I've seen too. We have someone we know, and he partnered with a scissor company. And then
that's right. Yep.
That's his second stream of revenue, and he loves it because first he gets a discount on his scissors, so he's able to grow his tools, and he comes into salons and he sells there, and he makes his second source of revenue. And he did that through the pandemic, but still, it's like industry related, and this is where he's at. Super cool.
And if for some reason you weren't able to actually do hair, you could still do that.
Yeah.
So you could still have money coming in.
Yeah.
Which is
really cool.
The whole point of this podcast. I think to find that sort of thing, people need to focus on specializing.
Yes, exactly.
And
what do you want to be known for?
I think that's really important, and it's easy to just throw something out there. I can say, I always pick on the blonding specialist because I see it everywhere.
Yeah.
But you can say it's so easy, but then you're watered down. Mm-hmm. You're very muted.
And I think you have to. It's a self-reflection. Like what what makes you feel the most creative? What's the most fun thing you're doing in your day? And that's what you want to recreate. Those are the people you want to find. That's the hair you want to do. And your Instagram or Facebook social media platform should reflect that. This way you're attracting more of those people. And then you feel more creative.
Yeah, I think the specialization is cool. People can... I think it's hard because everyone looks at just the hair industry and they try to find their niche within that, which is sort of ultimately where you want to go, yes, but you might have a different perspective. Like, so for example, I love cutting hair, yes, but I also have a business background. I didn't go to school for business. I went to a school of friggin' learn as you go. But I have that background, and then I was a coach for like 12, 13, however many years. So I look at things and I think to myself, how can I teach this to somebody? How can I create an opportunity here for them, which creates opportunity for me, of course. But without that background, if I just thought my coaching background in a gym doesn't apply to hair, it would limit that.
Right.
So I think it's important for people to draw on whatever you have. I mean, you could be a carpenter and then go to hair school. And the way that you look at things is going to be different because you have that experience.
Absolutely.
And if you can figure that out and sell that or capitalize on that, that's where the magic happens.
Agreed.
Anything else? Or what else, I should say?
I think the focus is important. I always say, I say to our staff is just, doesn't mean you can't post other things, but if you want to be doing mostly blonde hair, then most of your platform should show the blonde hair.
Agreed.
I also think
don't try to be for everybody.
Yeah.
I posted a blog post recently about that.
For
I
sure.
think I called it "Don't Be for Everyone."
And then one of the things I've seen a lot of, this could be helpful to some, maybe not, maybe already doing this, but since we're in such a world of taking pictures of our clients, like when you take that picture of your client, remind them, like, hey, do you mind if I use your picture on my Instagram?
Sure.
Exactly, sure. And then, hey, if I tag you in it, if you don't mind, would you take the minute to then share it on your own page?
Of course.
And then when you do tag them, they're like, oh, Jen asked me to reshare this. And so now it goes to their audience. And then now you're in front of all of their friends and it's showing their hair. And that's how you start to build your clientele with social media and getting in front of more people.
Building your clientele, but also building opportunity because there's a network that you're able to tap into that you
wouldn't have had
weren't.
Otherwise.
And now you never know what's going to come out of that.
Yeah, that just stretches so far in ways that you don't know until their friends are all coming in to see you and you're like, oh, that worked.
Or somebody has a unique problem that you can solve for them.
Yeah.
And now you have another leg on your chair.
Yes.
So I think that's a good place to wrap.
Love it.
Unless you have anything else?
Nope.
No? So let's get out of here. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the Hello Hair Pro podcast. And stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram. Leave us a review if you want.
Yeah. We want to hear what you want. We want to hear what you want to hear.
We want to hear what opportunities we can create for you.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.